All right, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to see. It looks like it's been holding air. Let me turn down this music, guys. Let me turn down this music for YouTube kicks me out of here. Alrighty then. Welcome back. This is a few days later, but I think we finally got the issue. So we were having problems before, if you remember, um, earlier with our bag fittings. We were just losing air. I ended up swapping it for a solid 90 elbow out of my kit here. Went with this guy, get a straighter cut, and then we went with one of these guys right here. Solid, no swivel, just a straight 90 to eliminate any problems that we were having, because we were using this guy, and like I put on the video, my dog's been over here, but anyways, this moves, and this is where it was leaking from, right here. And it's brand new, but brand new doesn't always mean good, but it's all good for us. You know, we need to figure out those problems now, not driving down the road. So this has been holding air for 2 days. We started working on the bag. I had a friend of mine come give me a hand, and we just let this sit, let it do its thing. You know, if it was gonna leak, it was gonna leak. But I have been working on a few things here. The shock and spring has been removed. So check this out. This looks pretty cool already, you know. Yeah, that looks real good. I guess that's what a static drop would look like if we would do like a, well, I don't know what you guys know it as, but I know it as the baby notch, which is just a small notch here. It would be probably riding right there where it's at. Let me get a measuring tape and we'll get some measurements here. Oh, here we go. So that looks like 5.5 inches. These bags say that they're compressed bag, the ones that we're running, they compressed down to 3.5 inches. So that would work in there, actually. Small notch bag, and you'd be right there where you're at right now. I am holding pressure in the front. It can go up just a little bit more, not much, but that's like fully aired up. Now, mind you, this truck has 3-inch drop spindles, so you know this one is as high as it's possibly gonna go because of the 3-inch drop spindles. Now, it would be 3 inches higher, and also the shocks that we're using extended all the way out. I believe I measured it at 10 3/4, and that's exactly what it measures right there. That's with the bag all the way inflated, and I am able to stick a bolt in there just the way it sits. So that shock mount did end up working out, so we are going to copy it over here. I just need to make that one, and we're going to remove these wheels because we're going to need to start cutting. Now, I did scribe my line. Scribe my line there. Scribe my line there. And I'm going to show you how I did that right now. Give me just a second. Let me get to the back. So basically, this is what I have set up. I had it separated before so I could test each bag individually. And that's how I found out that fitting was bad. But now that I fixed it, I put it back as a T and running just a single valve. And let's get some air out of this thing. I like watching it go down. So we're going down, and then it hits. So now we are sitting on the tire. Sitting on the tire. And sitting on the tire. And this is what I mean, I'm sure there's a tool out there that will probably do the same thing, but this is what I use. This first time putting on this, but this pretty much sits on here and run this across the tire, back and forth, and you'll get your line. And instead of trimming little by little, this gets you, with this setup, I think this is a 13/16. This gets you a cut mark at 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches, this tire will now sit here, and we'll probably be really close to hitting this thing. But then again, after that, we have to cut it again. So these hinges are gonna have to go. But a friend of mine was asking, or he was actually wondering, how far you can actually go by cutting this and still using these mount or hood hinges. So I said, you know what, I have no idea, but we could sure give it a try. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut here straight across the hinge, and it'll just barely miss the bolts. You know, you might be able to go just a little bit higher, but I'm just gonna call it good right there. So it'll be 1.5 inches lower, and then this is how it sits right now, right there. So let me grab a tape. Where's that measuring tape? I got one right here. I want to say that's probably close to like, I don't know, 5 inches. Sorry, I got you guys facing the floor. Let's see if I can get, oh, we are getting low for sure because it's hard to get in here now. So we're doing a good thing. Let's see. So, we are exactly 3. I'm sorry, I could not show you guys that, but we're exactly 3.5 inches. So 3.5 inches. We'll be taking out 1.5 inches. That should potentially put us 2 inches from the ground, and using the stock hinges, if they still work after chopping off that bottom half, which I think it should. But in order for us to go all the way down, we're gonna need to chop it even more after that. But that's all the way aired out right now. Not cutting the fenders, not doing nothing. This is what we got. This is what you would have sitting on the fender if you did not want to chop nothing. This is as low as you can go, and this is on 24s. So let me get to cutting, and I'll be right back. And I do have these shock pieces already cut, so I'm gonna put some air in the tires, lift this thing up, get this tire off, weld up that little shock ears for that shock, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right. So, as you can see, it's been cut on the scribe line. Went right across the hinge, like I told you guys. It is a tight fit in there, but it can be done. If you're not 100% comfortable with cutting with the grinder, please listen to me. Take the extra time and just take the fender off and cut it and then come and put it back. Now, me personally, I've been doing this for a long time. You know, not just this, but welding and cutting in general, where I feel confident on being able to do these cuts. So I'm gonna keep doing it the way I'm doing, but do as I say, not as I do. So this is the tedious part where I kind of keep going back and forth, but we're gonna put the tire back on, take the air back out again, and see where we're at, and remark it and see if I can get one more cut out of this thing or if these hinges are coming out. But look, got a little bit on there, but we still got, I think we still got a little bit more we can cut off. The hood is still rigid, you know, it's still on there. I think that's what people were kind of worried about, is how much you can actually cut off these hinges without losing, you know, the strength in these hinges. But I don't know why you couldn't just, you know, weld these solid or make some type of bracket where it kind of pretty much makes the hinge part of the fender now. But you know, it is what it is. I do, however, if you guys remember, have these firewall hood hinges from Switch Suspension, which I'm going to be putting on this vehicle. I'm assuming. I mean, that's what I bought them for. Oh, come on. See, give me a hard time. These guys here. I'm sure you guys have seen these on multiple vehicles. But I was just wondering, why couldn't you just cut the hinges? So this is for myself. This is for a friend of mine. This is for all of you guys to see just how much you can cut these hinges and them still work, and how low you can go. So stay tuned. Give me 1 second. Let me get these things put right back on. All right, wheels back on. Fender cut. Let's go down. This is always satisfying to me, even though it's not even fully connected or anything, but just watching this thing go down is cool. It's still going. Still going. Oh, we're tucking tire. Ooh. Okay. We are right on. Right before. But that actually cleared now. That actually cleared. I think this side is just about touching. I took off the shock, you know, it's just on bag right now. But look, it's still moving, so it's not completely sitting on the tire, but now I can see why. I mean, if you can get it to stop like right there, then you'd be good. But we still got yeah, about 2 inches to go. So yeah. Dang, that would have been nice, huh? But that would have been too easy. Once you get to where the fender used to hit, it's when these tires start to, it's not even a lot, but see how it tucked in a little bit, where now it's actually inside the fender and not on the fender. Let's see where it's on the, it's like right by the line on the tire. Let's see this side. Okay, cool. So we're money. We're perfect. The only issue we have now is we're hitting the hood hinges. Oh man. Boom, 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 boom. So that's gonna be it for now, guys. Ooh, let's take a closer look of what this. And now it's getting there. I just seen a little glimpse from when I seen it from the side. Oh yeah, we're tucking, baby. Look at that. That's gonna be the thumbnail right there. For you guys, I threw on the 15s. We had a couple questions about these yesterday. If we were bagging it on 15s, whether how much of this would you have to cut now? That's on 15s, right? I lifted it up a little bit because just a few pounds, because we were actually hitting the little nipple on the greaser. So if you were on 15s, or should I say if I was on 15s, we'd be done already. That thing's already touching on the frame, but we're not doing 15s, so we got some work to do still. But that looks cool right there too, I ain't gonna lie.